turn your engine off. Pull up the handbrake, pull on the bonnet release lever and open the bonnet. Open the oil fill plug. This will facilitate the flow of the oil when it is being drained. In order to drain your vehicle, you must first lift the front section of your car. This will enable you to access the drain nut. Lift the front of your vehicle and put it in 2-axle stands. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial, raising your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. Don't forget to place a used oil collector beneath. You can learn how to make one by watching another of our videos, How to Make a Collector for Liquids. With a drain key, loosen the drain seal, then finish it off by hand. Be careful on the last few turns, the oil can squirt out immediately. You have to anticipate this by placing a container underneath to collect the oil. Let the oil run out for 10 minutes or so. Replace the drain seal with a new one, then screw the drain nut back in. Start by hand, then finish off using a wrench without being overzealous, of course. When you change the oil on your car, you must also replace the oil filter. To be able to access the oil filter, you must pull aside the heat shield of the exhaust manifold. To do this, using a socket wrench and a 10mm socket, take off the 4 holding screws on the exhaust manifold. There is no need to take it off completely. Pull it back towards the radiator and tilt it to your left in order to access the filter. Move the oil collector under the oil filter so it can collect the oil that comes out during the disassembly of the filter. Using a socket wrench, a long ratchet extender, a gimbal and a 27mm socket, unscrew the oil filter flange. When it's possible, finish off the process by hand. Take the flange in your hand and pull it out of its housing. Leave it to drip a few moments to limit the amount of oil that falls into the engine compartment. When it has been released, turn it upwards to avoid spilling oil. Separate the filter cartridge from the flange by pulling on it. Compare the new filter with the old one to ensure that they're identical. Using a thin screwdriver, take out the rubber O-ring, which is located on the flange washer. Replace it with the one found in the box of the new filter. Insert the new filter into the flange until you hear the click that says it has been locked into place. Place everything in the oil filter casing and start screwing it back in place by hand. Careful! With this kind of oil filter, the new seal can be excessively thick, making the actual tightening process more complicated. As a result, you have to ensure that the flange washer is flat against the metal engine frame. You can now put the heat shield of the exhaust manifold back in place. And tighten the holding screws with a wrench. Now you have to put the oil back into the engine. You have to be very careful and precise when doing this part of the job. Firstly, lower your car back to the ground and check the oil level. This is something that can only be done when the vehicle is flat. Begin by putting 90% of the suggested amount. This will leave you a large enough margin to adjust the level of oil appropriately. You can find the exact amount of oil suggested for your car in the description of the tutorial. close the oil-fill plug. Start the engine and let the car run for 5 seconds. This will fill the oil filter. Remove the oil gauge and wipe it down. Plunge it back into its sheath. Remove it again and check the oil level. The optimal level is near the maximum, but be careful never to go over it. Based on the level indicated on the gauge, readjust to obtain the optimum amount. Operation completed.